Okay, so hello everyone. Uh, because recently there are a lot of first year dermatologists who took admissions in their first year of dermatology, and I frequently get queries about the do's and don'ts as a first year, how to manage the duties in the first year along with that of studies, because obviously you have case presentations, you have seminar presentations, you should know basics of dermatology, also what actually you have to see when you go in the OPDs, what exactly you have to do, or all these things. They are very difficult, and sometimes nobody tell you that what should be your approach as a first year resident in dermatology. So this is a short video I have made in which I'll tell you what all are the things you have to look as a first year, second year, third year in your dermatology, and what can be the things you have to keep in your mind. So just have a look in this video, sir. Okay, so I was telling about the scopes of dermatology, what a dermatology resident can do when they are in dermatology. Obviously, medical dermatology is something which is very important. So you have acne, psoriasis, eczema, you have hair disorders, and many, many more things. Cosmetic dermatology, it is nowadays, this is need of an hour. So obviously, if you are doing residency from your first year only, try to practice cosmetic procedures also, at least not on the patients, but try to have a idea that how these basic procedures like botox, lasers, and I'm sure in your medical college you will be having all these lasers procedures done. So please keep a note that from your first year, if you practice all these things, it would be easier. Third important domain I would say for dermatology is the dermatopathology part. There's a good scope of dermatopathology in your future also. Like, there are very less dermatopathologists working in our country, and like many of my seniors I know who are doing very good, they're just practicing dermatopathology. Dermatologists from all over the country, they send them slides and they report, and they're doing very, very good in it. So dermatopathology itself has a very, very good scope for future. Fourth part is the pediatric dermatology. It is itself a completely different topic. Here, along with the dermatological conditions, we have to keep in the mind the age of the patients. Few dermatological conditions are very common in the children. So pediatric dermatology is also something which you should keep an eye, or you should keep practicing while keep learning while you are in your residency. Then dermatosurgery or cosmetic dermatology is almost the same. And the last part is obviously the sexually transmitted disorders, that is venereology and leprosy. Please remember, after you complete your 3 years, nobody will teach you these basics: venereology, leprosy, diagnosis, differential diagnosis, everything. So please make sure that in your 3 years of dermatology, along with medical core dermatology, along with cosmetology, make sure you develop, or you read this venereology and leprosy in detail, see multiple patients, try to treat multiple different patients of this condition. Now, what is the curriculum like in dermatology? What are the things which they will expect a dermatology resident to know by the end of the third year? So definitely clinical dermatology, core dermatology, which includes everything related to skin, hair, and nail. I told you dermatopathology itself is a very important topic. In your final year, you'll get a slide and they will ask you questions related to that. Then basic sciences of obviously the dermatological drugs. There are so many things, so many new drugs which are available for cutaneous condition. You should know the pharmacology of all these drugs. So that is one thing. STD, leprosy. Then comes procedural dermatology, and one very important part, bacho, research methodology. I would recommend everyone who is present here today in this session that please make sure that you at least do 1 or 2 paper while you are doing your residency. What will happen if you do it early in your residency is that you'll definitely get an idea how to present a paper. It will also help you in making your thesis in the end, because same statistics and everything will be there in your paper presentations also. So please make sure that everything related to your just a second, your paper presentation and everything should be done. So research methodology should be very, very strong, and you should start at least doing a case report in your first year. By the second year, try to look for some cases for case series, and in the end you can do a a thesis like or a paper presentation with a good amount of number of students or number of whatever patients you are taking. So research methodology is also something which is very important, and I want everyone should know about it. Coming to the next, what should be the key skill you should develop in your 3 years? Examination of the basics cutaneous conditions, how to make a diagnosis. Now, coming to the point number two, dermoscopy. See, this is nowadays very important. Sometimes what happen is this is not very much taught, and if you have like seniors or your professors, they might not be very well aware in this dermatoscope procedures. So I would recommend that everyone from the first year try to get a basic dermascope. Do not buy a very expensive one. Dermascope you can get easily somewhere between 2 to 5,000, which is a basic dermascope. Try to look every skin condition under dermascope. Try to make your own understanding of dermascope, because this is very important. So dermascopies, biopsies, histopathology, this is also something which a dermatology resident should develop during the 3 years of residency. Laser treatment, yes, basic lasers like laser hair reduction, pigmentary lasers, fractional CO2 for acne, at least these basic procedures you should learn during your residency. Try to see, try to understand how your seniors, your professors counsel a patient, how they communicate to the patient. Please remember, bacho, I think for a good doctor, for a good clinician, you should have A, B, C, D. I think you all should be hearing it. So A means availability of a doctor. B is behavior of a doctor. So how you talk to a patient, how you counsel a patient, that is very important in the end to build up your practice. So start learning it from your residency only. Look at your seniors, look at your professors, how they are doing it, how they are counseling the patients with some skin conditions which is incurable. See, in a lot of dermatological conditions have no cure. So how to counsel those patients, you should understand that from your residency only. So that is something which is important. And in the end, make a habit of research and academic writing. That will be very beneficial for you in the end. So please remember this. These are some of these skills you should develop during your residency. Now, this actually I should not discuss here, that what should be your career options after post graduation. So this will be important if you are a third year student who will be giving the exams now or maybe after few months. For them, what can be done after post graduation? So this is one slide I have attached here. You can look for the jobs in government private hospitals. So acha, one thing bacho, dermatology as such, we are not given paid like paid um, jobs are very less in dermatology. If you want to get a paid job, then try to look for a medical college. So you can get easily SR-ship, assistant professor, associate, and these are the paid jobs. Nothing much headache, no more running. So that is something which is a peaceful thing. Private hospitals, multi-specialty hospitals, they rarely keep dermatologists on a fixed pay salary. They always keep them on a commission basis. So if you want to work on a fixed pay, then government and private setup are a good option for you. You can have a teaching and academic role over there. Best thing for any dermatologist to grow in terms of money is obviously a private practice. You can build up your own cosmetic aesthetic clinics. You can go into clinical research. Again, there are a lot of scope in clinical research. You can switch to pharmacological industry. See, there are a lot of pharmacological industry who need expert to advise about some products. And in dermatology, this is right now going on with a very much hype. You know that a lot of cosmetic medicines, a lot of cosmetic brands are coming nowadays, skincare products. Everybody is into skincare nowadays. So they want an expert to give them suggestions, to help them create a new product. So for a dermatologist, you can find a good career in the pharmacological industry also. So this slide is particularly for my third year resident, if anybody is here right now with me. Now, coming to the fellowships again, see, I'll tell you one thing, Bachon, there are some fellowships which you can do after residency, but there are some fellowships which you can do during residency also. So from first year onwards, try to look for these residencies. I will also help if you can reach out to me. I can tell you what all fellowships and all these 1 month, 2 month fellowships are going on. So you can do fellowships. Like for example, if you have a rural posting and if you feel that it is little light, you can go and do a cosmetic dermatology fellowship. So we have 1 month, 2 month fellowships. Then pediatric dermatology, dermatosurgery, trichology, dermato-oncology, although not very popular in India because we are not seeing too many of these skin cancer patients, but that can also be one of the thing. And obviously laser medicine, the laser, the light related products. There are so many things going on nowadays. So definitely you can look for some fellowships over there. Coming to what are the challenges you will face as a dermatologist. First of all, diagnostic dilemmas. Obviously, it is a little difficult branch because I'm sure my first year will understand. Everything looks red, everything looks itchy, and it is very difficult sometimes for us to know whether this redness is because of eczema or this redness is because of psoriasis. It becomes a little difficult for us to know. But please remember, keep looking at the lesions. If you see the lesions continuously, if you see a same patient multiple times, you will understand how the condition presents. Look at the patients of psoriasis. If you see 10 patients of psoriasis, you will understand how to differentiate psoriasis from tinea. So same thing, diagnostic dilemmas, but it is very easy when you see multiple patients. So keep a eagle eye only when you're, and also do a theory also. When your mind knows, only then your eye can see. Psychosomatic aspect is also too much. The patients are, they are always not very in a good condition because of maybe itching, because of maybe the chronicity of the condition. So always try to learn about that, how to counsel them, what you have to tell these patients, how to take care of their conditions, and so on. Patient expectations in the aesthetic, try to work on that also. Sometimes, you in the initial days of our residency, we feel that, we know everything and we are overconfident in all of these stuff. But make sure that you learn how to deliver something, whether it is a good or a bad news. So for aesthetic procedure, this becomes very important because once a patient undergoes a procedure with you, they expect that it should be 100% well, but you should know how to deal with those kind of patient, and that you will learn in dermatology. Start doing that from the first year, second year, or third year of your residency. So I think just these were some of the things which I wanted to discuss. Anything which you want me to particularly bring here, so I want you to let me know because okay, is asking that how to deal with the topic in the first year itself. Okay, so for this, I have one very special thing which I've made for all of you, bacho. We have actually a resident course which right now I'm running. Okay, let me just show you this. So this is a resident course right now. We are currently running on the DAMS Alpha or eMedicos app of the DAMS. Now here what I have done is I have taken the, or we have multiple books in dermatology. We have Rook's textbook, we have Bologna, Fitzpatrick, IDVL. So I've concised all of them, and these are some of the topics which are covered. I don't know whether you're able to see or not, but almost more than 200 hours of the dermatology topics have been covered in this particular course. So foundations of dermatology, where every basics step by step what you should see. Then STD, leprosy, papillosquamous disorders, vesiculobullous disorder, pigmentary disorders. Also in my course, I've tried to attach practical dermatology point. So how to deal with a case of acne, leprosy, trichotillomania, what should be the differential diagnosis you should think in your mind, plus some cutaneous aesthetic procedures like derma roller, hair transplant, fractional CO2, cryotherapy. So I have tried my best to help you with the dermatology with basic of understanding, with minimal trouble for you, because everything is together here. And that is why I feel that this is easier for all of you to cover up from your first year only. You can use these PPTs and you can present in your seminars also. So this was something which I wanted to discuss with you. The first year PG itself, how to manage studies along with duties, how to refer the multiple books. Yes. So actually for that question only, I have shown you that slide. I don't know what is the name of this student. A is written. So bacha, listen to me. It is very difficult in the first year because you have
all the duties. You have to manage the ward, you have to manage the procedure, you have to manage the OPD, and it becomes very difficult. If you see the textbook, Rooks itself is a big textbook. Then we have Bologna, we have IDVL. So what I did in my residence, in my resident course, which is there on the DAMS app, I have taken the notes from the multiple textbook and I've concised them. I've made them in a very, very simplified manner, very easy for a first year to understand from the basics. Plus, for example, in first year, what happened is you are doing duties, you're not able to read, but your professor expect that you should know about the basic condition. So try to read every topic, whatever you are seeing. For example, you are seeing a patient of fungus, go and read it from that course, from that PPT which I have made and shared. You will find it easy and relatable for you. And along with the heavy duties, you can easily manage those. Okay. So I hope your doubt is clear, A. Then Ashutosh is asking best book for images and differential diagnosis in dermat. देखो, if you want a good book for images, I will always recommend Ashutosh try to get an Indian book for image, because obviously we want to see the patient who are Indian. If you will refer a foreign textbook for image, their skin color is different, their skin presentation is different, and that is why the dermatological conditions will present in a little different manner. You can go for IDVL, they do have good amount of images. For differential diagnosis, for management of a patient, definitely you can go for my resident course, which is already live.